I do want to put out a little PSA.
Yeah, PSA.
PSA. Pirate service announcement. Service announcement. And I just
say it. Just say it.
Parlay 8. Yes, we do pillage overload. Parlay 8 is a business. Parlay 8 is
a business.
18th century focused. We make clothing, we make home goods that are focused in 18th century, influenced by pirates, historical movies, and anything out there. We started as a business in 2013. We have been doing this now for 13 years. We just, January was our 13th anniversary. So we had 13 years ago, we had our first sale that kicked us off with making this official. A lot of you guys, and I love it, you guys are awesome. You go into different groups, and when people talk about what they want with new kit, you tag Parlay 8, and you say, check us out.
We are forever indebted for that.
Yes.
Don't think that we don't notice it. And we don't appreciate it. We absolutely do. Mm-hmm.
And
Because
you guys have given us,
without that,
most of our business is by word of mouth. Our online presence has not been that big. Obviously, Pirate Fashions was the bigger one. So now that they're gone, maybe we might have a little more slice in the world. With people who are always suggesting us, Authentic Pirate History Group being one of them, and I'm going to get to what I'm trying to get at. There's multiple groups. I want to point out that there's been comments that we are not historically accurate. We are not historically accurate because of what they see on the website. Well, first of all, the whole point of Parlay 8 is we wanted to make men's clothing because there was not a market out there for pirate clothes for men. When we first started this, we saw this. And we wanted to get stuff out there that was accessible to people. And then we first tried to do the bulk inventory. And then what we discovered was people know what they want. They have a look. They have a feel to their kit. Now, we are in the historical reenactment world. We understand the history of clothing. I have period accurate patterns. I know how to do things period accurate. But not everybody wants to be period accurate. Not everybody is looking to have hand-stitched clothing. And to be frank about it, in the world we are today, what is the value of having hand-stitched clothing unless you're doing something like MTA, which is military through the ages in Jamestown, where you're being judged on that?
You're competing, basically.
You are trying to embody and live that world.
You're being judged.
When you do talk, somebody said we're not historically accurate. We're not period accurate. You are right.
We're not period accurate because we don't hand stitch.
I work full time. I have a regular job. And then I come home and I do my sewing. I do it on the weekends. I use a machine. A machine is efficient. I know how to work. But the patterns of the clothing, the construction of these shirts, the construction of these vests, the construction of most of the pants and the coats are based off of period accurate patterns. Now, if a customer wants something that's outside of that, I'm not going to say no because my goal is to make something a customer wants. You have a vision in your mind. That is my goal. Why would I say no? The whole purpose of us doing this was, again, to make it accessible and affordable. I always say custom is not expensive. Unless you're Mr. Willis and you want 76 buttons on your coat and they're like almost $2 a button.
Yeah.
Well, not that much.
Because they're all pewter.
Movie accurate. I can do that. I have every capability of doing that if somebody wants. It's going to take time for research. It's going to take time to order it. It's going to take time to make it. There's nothing wrong with that. There's also nothing wrong with getting something that's ready-made and that fits you and you're comfortable and you feel good in. And that's what we want as Parlay 8. So I get it when people say they're not historical accurate because we hear it in the Authentic Pirate History Group as well.
I will add to that. When she does make it, it is absolutely quality. Her sewing skills.
I've had some fuck ups in the past, and I've learned and fixed my stuff over the years. I've had quality
being
issues.
that we've done this for 13 years. We learned a lot. And we're still learning, but the quality of the clothing that she makes is second to none. Like she said, it's all based on historically accurate patterns. So,
but I can go outside. I can do the movie stuff too. I can do the Civil War stuff. I can do it. I've done stuff outside of that realm.
Done it. She's done it. She's done. She's done stuff.
I've done things
for the Hook movie. She's done stuff for Pirates of the Caribbean ride. She's done stuff for Pirates of the Caribbean. You know, that's all been done. That's the whole point of doing it custom.
And that's
the custom part of it is doing it the way you guys want it.
Which is why there's not a lot of ready-made that we just started doing ready-made stuff in the last couple years because there's been more requests for it. But people know what they want.
It's the same with the flags.
Why would we do a bunch of ready-made stuff when
the flags are all hand-painted by me? I have a process that I go through,
and they're machine sewn with the sides.
Yeah, all the edges of the flags are folded over and sewn.
They do have metal grommets on them, but at her request, he will cover them, and it's kind of nice because you still got that metal grommet for strength, but you have the cover that makes it look like it was hand stitched.
So I sew around the grommet.
Hi, Ashley.
To make it look like a hand sewn grommet.
Yes, it is a quote unquote cheat because it's faster, but you get the look and you get the strength on it, and also,
it just looks good,
and it helps with the cost of keeping it down. Because if weird Fire Fashions, you know, I know that they had their own in their back
and
warehouse.
We can talk about them now because they don't exist anymore.
Well, under whatever else. So they had their own space in the back. They made their own stuff. But their vests, I understood that they had them shipped in from wherever they did. And then they embellished them, and they embellished them with a trim. And it was really, really flashy. You know, that's a lot of what the in-stock stuff is. I don't do a lot of flashy in-stock stuff. I get some pretty fabrics. I keep it simple. Slops are a big thing. I started doing a bunch of those because there's really not a lot you could do extra with slops. But I had a customer kind of get upset because they didn't realize they were tack buttons, like jean tack buttons. You know why I put jean tack buttons on them? Because I'm around a bunch of men who rip the fucking buttons off their pants in the toilet. So jean tack stay.
True story. You know how many times I've lost a button in a damn...
it was insane.
A button in a toilet because it popped off and... went in the toilet, and that was the end of that.
So that was something I've changed. I've updated the listings so they're a little bit more clear because, you know, lessons learned. But I put tacks in. There's nothing to say. If I had a customer came to me and said, I want pewter buns, I could put pewter. Fingers, Sherry, who's an order member, wanted pewter buns. Fine, I could do that. That's not a big deal. But it's one of those, just reach out and ask. So... when you guys say, hey, go to Parlay, look at what they got, the first reaction is most of those people they'll go to look at our website and said, they're not accurate. They're Farby. And that is so far from the truth, actually, where you think that we're Farby because the fabric isn't 18th century. That is my PSA. I really wanted to point it out because I know there was another thing out there, and I had somebody... you know, was commenting on, you know, they were seeing this, and what the terminology I think that was used to describe our business I don't think was accurate. And you know, I don't expect anybody to get in a word war or you know, keyboard warrior fight with people on Facebook because that's stupid. It's just
and
Facebook.
We're not going to do that.
It's just Facebook. I mean,
on our personal accounts or our business account, we are not going to fight with anybody.
We know
it's just not who we are.
We know what we got. I can look at pictures and point out Parlay gear, especially cockades. Those are the ones that I always love seeing. The cockades, I can pick those babies out in a heartbeat.